Hello everyone. You're probably aware of how huge the Mario franchise is. Including the Yoshi, Donkey Kong and Wario games, the entire franchise spans over 35 years with over 200 games. Fact check me if I'm wrong. Most Mario games are a blast to play, in my opinion, but when a gaming franchise consists of a countless amount of games, some people tend to forget or be unaware of particular hidden gems which should deserve more attention by the fans. As a result of this, today I will be discussing 5 Mario games which I personally consider to be underrated, in no particular order. Side note, some of these games might be loved by fans, but I still believe that they are still underrated. Anyway, without further delay, let's begin. 1. Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG was one of the last games to release on the SNES, which might be why this game is underrated. At the time, this game really stood out from the other Mario games, and still does till this day. This might be due to the odd and quirky characters within the game, and this being Nintendo's first attempt in making a Mario RPG. Fun fact, which you probably already knew about, Nintendo partnered up with Square Enix, or whatever you call them these days, to develop this game. Besides these factors, and the game not aging well, this game is outstanding. New characters such as Mallow and Geno are amazing. The turn-based battles with multiple characters works perfectly, and the overall attention to detail within the game, such as the side quests, collectibles, and Easter eggs, drastically enhance the gameplay. Super Mario RPG is an impeccable game which does receive positively by the fans, yet there are still not enough people to give this classic RPG a worthwhile attempt. 2. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I have a lot to say about this. I really feel sorry for this game. The story is probably the best in the series in my opinion. Probably not an acceptable opinion though. Every boss feels so unique and different from each other. There are minimal poop jokes even though Baby Mario and Luigi are one of the main characters. The soundtrack, it's just amazing. The turn-based battle system is, of course, amazing. It's a Mario and Luigi game. And you know, I could just keep on saying how fantastic this game is. Unfortunately, this game was also released just before Mario Kart DS, one of the highest selling DS games. But why can't people still play the game now? Well, everyone just forgets about the black sheep in the Mario and Luigi games. And most people who remember the game dislike it, just because of you needing to buy your bros attacks instead of having a BP stat, even though Alpha Dream was just simplifying the gameplay. As if there was BP, there would be basically no purpose of the BP stat for the babies, besides an occasional use of BP on the enemies, as you would only use a bros' BP stat when with the babies, which occurs most of the time. Furthermore, people may also dislike the game because it's too linear, even though the original Paper Mario game is quite linear, and no one's really complaining about that. Well, I talked a lot about this game, but I need to say one more thing, which truly shows how underrated this game is, and that is Mario and Luigi Partners in Time released in 2005, and it took a jaw-dropping 13 years until there was a proper bean guide for this game after its release. This is just so sad. If you are unaware what beans are, they are certain collectible in the Mario and Luigi games. Some games have different uses of beans. In this game, beans are used to purchase particular badges, which are extremely strong. And badges are a type of an accessory that bros and babies can equip. These badges consist of various uses. Anyway, I should really just move on to the next game. I think you get the point now. 3. Super Mario 3D Land. When this game first released, back in 2011, it's been so long, many praised the interesting idea of creating a 3D Mario platformer game which played like a good old 2D Mario platformer. It was extremely suitable for the handheld console of a 3DS. Alongside with the critique controls, of course, unique levels, and other creative aspects, the game was a perfect fit onto the early library of games in the 3DS, with it being one of the few games which included a useful way to use the 3D function on the 3DS. Super Mario 3D Land is even the 6th best selling game on the 3DS, with over 12.5 million copies sold. So, how did this game become underrated? Well, there was a sequel to this game, Super Mario 3D World, released in 2013 on the Wii U, and soon to release, depending on what time you watch this video, on the Nintendo Switch in February 2021. I believe that Super Mario 3D World is a phenomenal sequel to 3D Land, with the game adding new additions such as the Captain Toad function, 4-player, and original bosses. For me, and possibly others as well, when 3D World came out, most forgot about the amazingness which 3D Land had to offer. Even though I, and mostly others, once again, think 3D World is better than 3D Land, they shouldn't excuse the fact that 3D Land is also an immense joy to play. 4. Mario Party Star Rush. When someone hears the name of a non-traditional Mario Party game, they would tend to constantly talk about negative aspects within the game. And side note, I consider Mario Party DS to be a traditional Mario Party game. Well, for me personally, this is a Mario Party game which is non-traditional that I actually like. Basically, this game can be referred to as Overworld Mario Party, as everyone moves on the same turn and you move from square land to square land in any particular order. Sure, you could argue about there not being a minigame after every turn, but you gotta admit that the boss execution in this game is superb. The idea of obtaining stars by getting the most points in a boss is actually quite smart, and also the implementation of possessing more allies and being closer or on the boss face, allowing an advantage to the player, is truly the cherry on top. Besides the main game mode, the other modes are also quite fun, yet they could have had the potential to be cranked up to the next level. Mario Party Star Rush is not even near the top of the food chain in the Mario Party series, but it shouldn't deserve as much negativity when compared to the awful games of Top 100 and Island Tour, in my opinion. 5. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. I warned you about this entire video being about my unpopular opinion, and this final pick might be the most unpopular. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam, the 5th and possibly even last installment in the Mario and Luigi series. Like previous Mario and Luigi games, Paper Jam is a turn-based RPG game, in which the player controls Mario, Luigi, and newly added to this game, Paper Mario. So once again, why is this game widely regarded as the worst Mario and Luigi game? Well, because of 2 or even 3 main factors. First of all, there are bland characters and areas, dialogue and story, and minigames. I guess that was sort of not 3 factors, that was more like 5. Now sure, there's basically no interesting areas and new characters, as the slots are just occupied by lackluster paper counterparts. The dialogue lacks of humor, quirkiness, and enough story, and almost all of the minigames comprise of collecting toads. Yet, I still believe this is a good game. Not great, just good. Besides those 3 issues, the game is just good old Mario and Luigi, as the battle system is probably the best it's ever been, as every game improves on the battle system. Bosses may look boring, however they are still the best aspect about the Mario and Luigi games. And this is the 5th game and there are still beans to collect? I'll take it, I guess. And what's this? If you hold R when there's dialogue, it speeds up, and holding X and releasing it makes you dash as well. Finally, I've been hoping for this since like the 2nd installment to the Mario and Luigi series. Mario and Luigi Paper Jam is my, and most others, probably least favorite Mario and Luigi game. Yet, this does not mean the game is bad, nor mediocre. It's a good game. Not great, but good. And I respect it for still following the established formula for the Mario and Luigi games, despite the washed down dialogue and characters. So, there you have it. 5 Mario games in which I believe are underrated in no particular order. For a recap, the 5 Mario games were Super Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, Super Mario 3D Land, Mario Party Star Rush, and Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Side note, some of these games listed above are only underrated, while others I consider to be extremely underrated. I think it's quite obvious which ones are underrated and which ones are extremely underrated, based on my opinion. I'd also like to hear what Mario games you believe are underrated in the comments down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, if you found this video entertaining or enjoyable to watch. Thanks to anyone who is subscribed to my videos, or even watches them at all. That's pretty much what matters, if you at least watch my videos. Well, that's gonna be it for now. So, thanks for watching, see you guys later, and bye.